individual of mine asked, you should make a video going over the difference between leftists, liberals, progressives, and Democrats because I have no clue what's going on, lol. They didn't comment on my video, I'm not putting them on blast here. Anyway, I already recorded this video once, and TikTok lost my audio, so let's try again. The easy one is Democrats. Democrats are just anyone who's a member of the Democratic Party. There are Democrats of all shapes and sizes, all different sorts of views. There are Libertarian Democrats, there are Socialist Democrats, there are Leftist Democrats, there's lots of different types of Democrat. Now, for the nitty-gritty. Liberals are divided into classical liberals and neoliberals. Both of them fundamentally believe in equality, but classical liberals believe that social equality will bring financial equality, and neoliberals believe that financial equality will eventually bring social equality. Neoliberals are largely looked at as further right than liberals, and neoliberals are basically in charge of the Democratic Party. They're the capitalism works but will change other things party. Clinton and Obama were neoliberals, but also Reagan was a neoliberal. Neoliberals are invested in our system. They believe billionaires are good, they believe capitalism is a good thing, and the thing that is wrong is just we're doing it wrong. Classical liberals are also invested in the system. They also hold the belief that the thing that is wrong is we're doing it wrong. But they think the thing that's wrong is we're not giving people social equality. Like, they don't find anything wrong with billionaires, but they believe that if we were doing it right, there would be as many black and gay and trans billionaires as there are white billionaires. On the world stage, neoliberals are center-right. In America, they're center-left. It sucks, but that's how it is. Liberals actually tend to be center on the world stage. You go a little bit further left and you get to progressive. Now, progressive isn't necessarily mutually exclusive with the term liberal, but the center of progressives is progress. Unlike a lot of classical liberals or neoliberals, progressives tend to believe the work is never done. You have to always strive for progress, both financial and social. Progressives believe we're doing it wrong and we have to change a lot of things to start doing it right. And we may never be doing it right. We may have to just keep changing things over and over and over again until we get to some sort of balance. And then the world's going to change and we're going to have to change it again. Progressive is where the start of the left is on an international platform. They're center left. In America, they're considered far left. But like I said before, a progressive can be a liberal or they can be a leftist. A leftist is even further left. A leftist believes not only things are broken and we're doing it wrong, but there is no way to do them right in our current system. What part of that system is fundamentally flawed will differ from leftist to leftist, socialist, communist, anarchist, so on and so forth, but they all tend to believe that something about the current system has just got to go. Like, very common, it's capitalism doesn't fucking work. Now, when you think about this, policies start to make sense, right? Obama was a neoliberal, so we didn't get universal health care, we got the healthcare exchange. We got a capitalist solution to our healthcare problems, which for many people is still not a solution, even though it helps a whole lot of people. Bernie Sanders is a democratic socialist. Socialism is a form of leftism. Bernie Sanders believes we just need universal healthcare. He says, get capitalism out of healthcare. The three types of leftists you usually encounter here in the United States are socialists, communists, and anarchists. A socialist believes that the role of the state is to redistribute resources among a society so a society functions. If there is an imbalance, then the state steps in and fixes that balance. So, socialized healthcare. There is an imbalance in healthcare because different people have more or less money to spend on medicine. The state steps in and uses taxes to make sure that everyone has equal access to healthcare. All three of these, by the way, believe that eventually the product of one's labor should be owned by them. It's just a matter of how they go about doing that. Communism largely believes in a stateless, classless society, and the most common form of communism, revolutionary communism, believes that the revolution will bring about that stateless, classless society, where everything is communally owned, hence communism. And we don't have things like the wealthy class and the poor class. And yes, that means that if a billionaire has more money than you, that wealth should be redistributed. Whereas in socialism, the state would take that money from the billionaire and redistribute it. Under communism, the billionaire just doesn't get to exist because they're not allowed to own more shit than you do. And anarchism, and this is political science anarchism, not burn down the world anarchism. Anarchism believes that the root problem is any hierarchical structure. If there is something in society where someone is put in a position of power over someone else, then that will be exploited. Anarchists say that we have to get rid of hierarchies altogether and make everything horizontal. So for example, at your job, there wouldn't be you and then your boss over you. That would be hierarchical. Instead, there would be you, who has an equal stake in the company, as an organizer, who still tells you what to do, organizes you, but doesn't make more than you and doesn't own more than you. He just has that position because he has the skills for that position, and you have your position because you have the skills for your position. But the both of you are fundamentally equal. The same thing would go for government, the same thing would go for everything. We would all have equal stake, we would all have equal return. I am not here to tell you which one will solve all our problems. This is a conundrum that political scientists still have not solved. But the important thing to know here is that Democrat is just the name of a political party, and anyone can be a Democrat. You don't even necessarily need to be on the liberal scale, on the left scale, anything like that. If you're a member of the Democratic Party, you're a Democrat. They tend to lean left, but it doesn't really mean anything. Just if you're a member of the party, you're a Democrat, that's it. That is one of the big problems with politics in America, because the big Democratic tent essentially encompasses everyone from center-right to radical left, whereas the Republican tent has everyone on the right to fucking Nazi. And that is a lot fewer viewpoints to reconcile. The American Democratic Party is split on a ton of issues because there are a ton of people that are under that umbrella. And as the Overton window continues to shift right, only more people are going to be under that umbrella. And that is actually a political strategy. As more and more people get shunted into the Democratic Party, it doesn't make them stronger, it makes them weaker. Because the Democrats have to somehow make everyone under the party umbrella happy. And like a neoliberal and an anarchist are going to butt heads. So yeah, anyway, I've already rambled for over 7 minutes. I just want to let you know that this is a very, 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 very brief, dumb, explain it like I'm 5 overview. This was not a poli-sci lecture. If you are interested more in this, you should probably go to a poli-sci lecture.